All right, we are back. No Look Podcast, the top podcast of podcasts that are on podcast stations for podcasts. Listen. I didn't self-proclaim that. That's what they telling us, T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. In
Don't ask me who
in
they are, but they are. Them.
yeah, I know. In your head, you rehearsed that a trillion times before you actually said that, but
That was
it
the
was
second
good.
time I've ever said that in my life after the first time, which was 30 seconds ago when I said it to you.
It was a great introduction. Probably, if I had to pick top three, and
Okay.
it's not three or two that we've ever had on this show.
Top two and it's not two.
Yeah, I said top three, and it's not three or two.
Okay. Oh, I didn't hear that second part. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just wanted to give a little spice in there, a little paprika pepper, sprinkle it in there, do a little Salt Bay action.
Well, paprika actually is a little bit like sweeter, but
Oh,
at least the smoked one is. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Food Network, so
but it's
you
something you
want to
put
put
on
some.
food, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So I wasn't like
Do you
saying
remember?
something
Do you remember
completely
paprika
outrageous.
from Blue's Clues?
No.
I think it was. Wasn't paprika from Blue's Clues the daughter of Salt and Pepper? Look it up.
What?
I'll look it up. Hold on.
I mean, I'll do it real quick. Paprika
I'm almost there. Oh,
blues
you're gonna be there before me.
clues. What? Mr. Salt's and
What?
Miss Pepper's daughter. She was born in
Isn't
season
she
one
cute?
finale. Jesus. I don't know how you remember that. I don't even like.
That's a core memory unlocked right
The
there.
only thing I remember is fucking, hey, we got a letter. Wonder who it's
This was
from.
this is like the closest thing I got to like emotional physical touch right there when Salt and Pepper are hugging Paprika like that. Look at how cute that is. Like that's a mixed queen right there.
I mean, all I feel emotionally when I look at that picture is hunger because I want to fucking sprinkle all of them on top of a nice dish.
Look at that little Paprika and that little
Fucking,
fucking cocoon.
fucking give that little paprika goddamn kamzat. The
How did they
kamzat.
decide?
The
I don't know what that
the
is.
the Kamzat what's his last name? He had a fight this weekend. UFC. Segue into our first
Uh,
topic of the night, UFC, which Tyler probably didn't even watch. Not that
did
I'm
not.
throwing shade at you. I'm just stating in general, but I thought it was a good segue. Mark in the chat. What's up, boys? What's going on, Mark? Thanks for stopping by. No Look Podcast. The
Schmarkus.
top podcast of podcasts that are on podcast stations for podcasts. We should put that on a
Wow.
shirt.
Mark, I mean, I know you watch UFC. How'd you feel about UFC this weekend? You'll probably have way better gauge of what happened than I will. I just know that there was a lot of bloodshed this weekend, especially in the main event.
What the fuck? What was the one that just happened? Well, there was
It was Paprika
Aljamain
versus Pepper.
no, Aljamain Sterling actually like did a good job defending his belt against Peter Yan. I gotta find the exact UFC so I can
UFC 237.
no
247.
UFC
I know it ended with a 7.
273. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. I had my shit inverted.
You dyslexic?
I'm sex slick.
I don't know what that means.
I'm dyslexic.
White card. Bro, why does every other one just pop up on stream like on the Google page, but
The one that you actually need.
the
Why don't you
the
put
UFC
from
card that
from 4/9/2022?
nah, I know which one it is, but like usually it just pops up on Google search like mad easy, but this one's being hella difficult. Results. Anyways, there was a UFC card this weekend. Um, Most notably, Kamzat. I forget his last name. I think he's from Sweden or something. He's still
Sounds
undefeated.
Russian.
Yeah, he died. I thought he was Russian for sure. He looks like a little mini Khabib. Um, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Wait,
Here
you're
we go.
telling me that guy's not Russian? He's 100% Russian.
Kamzat Shemaev. Actually, his competitor Gilbert Burns, who's been around the UFC for a while, everyone's saying, "Oh, Kamzat's gonna come in here, wipe the floor with him." They went the distance, 3 rounds. They're trading blows. It was actually a really good fight, Tyler. One of the better fights I've seen in a long time. Um, so now he's Kamzat. He's still a contender, if you will, but he's moving up the ranks in that weight class. Aljamain Sterling, like I was saying earlier, defended his title belt, which many were surprised about. I don't know if you saw the earlier fight between those two, Tyler. Peter Yan was disqualified for an illegal knee because Sterling
Yes.
was grounded, if you will. So everyone's like, oh, he would have won that fight, which potentially. Um, but then, obviously this next time Sterling came around, he had 2 rounds where he really controlled, the ground time for the whole round. And eventually it was a split decision, 2-1, and Sterling ended up winning. The main event, Tyler, was not good. It was the Korean Zombie versus Volkanovski, which, I mean, it was just all Volkanovski. The Korean Zombie looked like a zombie out there. He was wobbling the whole time. They should have called the fight way earlier in the night. Just this guy, I don't know how he's feeling right now. He's definitely got some sort of brain swelling and probably internal bleeding. But that was ACWeezy's quick UFC wrap up.
Would you rather get in the octagon with a UFC pro fighter
Yeah.
for 1 round, and if you survive, you win $1 million for that round? Or
hmm
would you rather neglect that and just watch the Packers lose the NFC Championship on repeat for the rest of your life?
I That doesn't sound like an even proposal. Like, what do you mean survive? Like, is he trying to kill me?
Yes.
Oh shit. I don't know about that one. I might rather be dead than watch Packers lose for the rest of my life. At least.
It's just the NFC Championship on
Mm,
repeat. The year that they lost in the championship game, or you have to survive in the octagon 1 round. That's it,
mhm.
just 1 round,
I
and you
feel.
get $1 million if you survive.
Yeah, I feel like I could run around and play defense. Like, really, the only way he's killing me is if he chokes me out, right? Crushes my windpipe. So as long as I just don't let him get neck control, and I feel like I could do it. Probably not. I'd probably
Well,
get knocked out in 2 seconds, but then he would just beat my
yeah,
skull in.
I guess it depends on who you're facing. Because if it's Khabib, you're definitely getting choked out and you're
Yeah,
dead,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. But again, like I just said, I would rather probably die than have to just witness the Packers lose the NFC Championship game every day for the rest of my life. I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
maybe I'd get numb over a while and just lose all
at least you're still
emotions
alive.
and feelings. Right. That's the plus side to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be lit being a ghost. I'd haunt the fuck out of you. That sounds like some good times.
Do ghosts travel? Like, do they just like poof and you're in a different place, or do they have to like go across like they're in a plane or something?
you think you think there's like ghost planes? Like what was that one
Well, no,
movie? Uh
I'm just saying that if you're a ghost, you die in California, I'm in Florida. How are you getting to me? Don't you get stuck in wherever you die?
I think it at least per the movies, I think it depends on if you're buried or not, right? Because isn't it like, oh, the spirit haunts that land because the bones still remain, but then if you take the bones and bury them, then it sets the spirit free. So I don't know. Shit, I'm gonna just get cremated and then I can just go with the wind and pop up on you every fucking 48 months. Hey, how's it going, bitch? Just fly by you real quick. All right, I'm off to Europe. Gotta do a nice little fucking EU tour. I don't know. Um, but other than that, Tyler, there was a big event, sporting event that occurred over the past 4 days. If you want to indulge in that for a little bit.
Yeah, of course. What was that event?
I think it's called the Augustas or the
The
PGA
Augustus Gloop?
the PGA players, the golf guys. Was it called the Super Bowl? No, it's
The Super Bowl for golf, the
The
Masters.
Masters Championship, which you know, I can definitely foresee that title being changed, much like the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indians. Uh,
I didn't
the
even think
the
about that.
Masters tournament in Georgia, just we're probably a few years off. I think the white man will definitely do all they can to fight the the change of that, but I think it's almost inevitable at this point, Tyler.
I've literally never thought about that name, but now that you bring it up, I mean, no wonder why there's not a lot of people of color that are taking place at the Masters. Um, I
Oh, there
mean,
were
they did have a little
yeah, well,
disparity with Matsuyama last year, but
yeah. I mean, obviously Tiger's always there. Harold Varner the third actually, I don't know what he shot an 80 on Saturday because he was in contention Thursday, Friday, comes back shoots a 69 on Sunday, but an 80 Tyler in on
you mean
moving day.
69 on Saturday
No,
and
six,
then 80
six
on Sunday?
no, 69 on Sunday. He shot an 80 on Saturday. Moving day, he was
Oh.
moving in the wrong direction. But Tyler, I mean, Scotty Scheffler, I was not privy to his existence before this tournament. Did you know anything about him? Do you think he's a one and done? Is he here to stay? I mean, he shooting 10 under at Augusta, you know, going under par every round is very impressive.
No, I knew a little bit about him prior when I watched the WGC match play in Austin. Uh, he won the finals in that one and then also won the Arnold Palmer Invitational. But other than that, he kind of hopped onto the scene real quick, but he earned the number one spot in the world after the match play in Austin. And I think the thing I like most about Scotty Scheffler is that he's such a brilliant golfer in terms of like how he plays his game, and you know I think a lot of that shows by how much he's beating the field by. Like he's usually beating them by not one or two or three strokes, but it's usually by a handful, five, six, seven. He would have won the Masters this year by seven if he hit it in for the first putt rather than three putting it or four putting it like a novice would do or like I would do to win the Masters, which was quite comical, I would say.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, anytime you win one of the major tournaments, you're going to be enshrined in golf history. So, congratulations, Scotty Scheffler. Tyler, second place finisher, Rory at 7 under, had himself a day. I was trying to look up what the lowest round at the Masters ever was, but I mean, 64 has got to be close.
I think it was his best ever perform. Well, it was definitely his best ever performance at Augusta, but I think they were saying that it might have been the best at
Okay,
Augusta.
so he it looks like
It's nice to,
he tied the lowest final round in Masters history with 64.
which I mean, to finish off his match, with that chip in on the 18th,
Hmm.
out of the bunker. It was just an incredible shot. Went, over and then down directly out of the bunker. Played it perfectly. It's just nice to see Rory back. I mean, hopefully he's back. But it's nice to see him back on top of the leaderboard. I feel like a lot of the guys. I was talking to someone this weekend, and I feel like a lot of the guys when they hit that pinnacle number one spot, they just go down and then they get lost in there.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of starting to see that with John Rahm now. I mean, he was the number one and now he's barely making the cut at tournaments. So
Well,
it's
yeah.
nice to see Rory back, though.
Speaking of top dogs that haven't been performing, I mean, three, very notable names: Jordan Spieth, Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau didn't even make the cut. I mean,
Yep.
I think Spieth and Kepka.
DeChambeau,
Yeah,
DeChambeau should be ashamed of himself.
what was he like 12 over after 2
He
days?
lost. Pretty sure he lost to a 60-year-old who he was paired up with. Who DeChambeau outdrove him 310 yards, and the other guy
Hmm.
drove on average 230 yards,
Yeah, was that
which
Fred Couples?
it might have been. I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody else.
I know who you're talking about. I thought it was Fred Couples, one of those older guys. But yeah, no, DeChambeau. I mean, he finished behind four amateurs. Tyler. I mean, obviously he's known for his power. We've seen him win on the big stage. Do you think his moment, his 15 seconds of fame, have kind of come and gone? Have course makers figured out his strengths and kind of gone back to more of the traditional golf game? What do you think it is?
I mean, I just don't think he's a really good golfer all around. Maybe he should consider sticking with like the long drive tournament where you can drive the ball as far as you want.
Hmm.
Cause I feel like every time I watch the Shambo, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not great with his mid game, with his wedges, with his irons. He's not great with his putting at all. And honestly, he's really hit or miss with his driver selection. I mean, sometimes he's bombing it, but at what cost?
Hmm.
Obviously you have that giant rip out of Bay Hill in Orlando, but at the end of the day, that can only take you so far if you're doing that 5% of the time.
Yeah. No, it is, he's kind of one-sided, if you will. So you get into these certain situations, and if the course isn't open and long, then yeah, he's gonna find himself in some trouble, which, as you can tell, this past weekend. Another, I know Tyler and I's favorite sport, baseball, kicked off opening day. Tyler, I mean, I guess I'll just give a little recap because obviously last Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, um, Connor and I, my roommate, attempted the 999 challenge, which was 9 hot dogs, 9 beers in 9 innings. Tyler, I was pretty optimistic about it. I'm like, I got the beers easy, right? That's a Tuesday afternoon for me. Hot dogs, I knew I was gonna kind of struggle, especially if I had to do the buns. Connor also says we're doing full condiments. Um, Start off hot. I think we smashed like 3 dogs, 4 dogs, and like 3 or 4 beers in the first inning. Our other roommate Mark's sitting here like, oh, we're gonna have to time it because you're gonna beat this easy. And then over the next few innings, it just like jumped off a cliff. It wasn't even a slow decline. I'm sitting there, I'm feeling all bloated. I need Tums. I need a hand job. I need everything under the sun. No one is helping me out. I'm just there by myself. Like, feel like the chick from Willy Wonka's that ate the blueberries and turned into one rolling around. Um, yeah, and finally, I think I finished at 8 beers, 7 hot dogs at the end of the eighth inning, and I called it because I thought my stomach was gonna explode live on stream.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I said that you guys did wrong was condiments on the hot dogs. Absolutely terrible idea. Also, your buns look very girthy. You had to go in getting those cheap buns from Walmart, the ones that are barely any bread, and then just raw dogging them with no condiments. I mean,
I,
I would next opening day, I would definitely love to be a part of this. I would love to see where I would stand. I know 9 beers would be probably somewhat like middle of the road tough for me. But if we're talking glizzies, dude, I'm the glizzy goblin supreme. I'm a super gremlin when it comes to glizzies.
Tyler's gonna be up there like Joey Chestnut's fucking dunking it in the water. we should
I'll,
we should just tag
and the
team it.
biggest thing,
We should see like
yeah,
how we should get 2 people, right? One person's on the beers, other person's on the dogs, and we'll see how fast the team can complete it. That'd be a good one.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did you eat beforehand, like throughout the day, or did you try and go in this without eating?
I had my regular morning smoothie, and then I had an acai bowl around probably one. Challenge started at like 6:37. Honestly, like I knew I was gonna give it my all. I half-heartedly expected to fail. So, if I was like full bore trying to pass, like my life depend on it, I probably would have fasted for most of the day. Um, maybe done some more stomach training, had a big carb meal the night before just for my endurance, hydrated a little bit better. There are some things I could have worked on, Tyler. No one's perfect. I'm gonna have to go back. I'll watch the film, see what I can improve on, and yeah, like you said, next year I'm hoping for a better showing.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say is you always want to eat before you go into those competitions in terms of eating a lot of food just because you don't want to leave your body, not having food in it essentially because it's not warmed up, it's not
Hmm.
ready for all the food you're going to intake. I remember what was True Life on MTV, they had an eating competition and Kobayashi was on it,
Hmm.
and he said all the time before he would do the hot dog eating challenges, he would eat beforehand. So, just a little tidbit,
That's insane.
just a lot of things in this big brain that I know that are very useless, but
Hey, listen. Useless to some, maybe handy for others. Other than that, Tyler, I mean, not much going on in sports right now. We're kind of in that in between stage. Um, this is the time where NFL fans will just look at their team's draft prospects and start looking up their highlight tapes on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, well, you did kind of bury the bag on the Tiger news coming back on the Masters. That was probably the biggest news. Uh,
Oh,
Tiger
let's touch
coming
on it.
back.
I mean, we
I mean, we might as well. I wanted to, and uh, Austin was very selfish and wanted to talk about downing glizzies and failing the
what?
challenge. But
I literally kicked it to you. I said, Tyler, something happened over the past 4 days. You want to get into it? And then you're like, what was that? I literally gave you
yeah,
a silver platter to be like, well, Austin, we're not talking about, you know, we should talk about what happened before the tournament started. Anyways.
yeah. Well, Tiger back.
Hmm.
Uh, is he back 100%? Probably not. But it was great to see him back at Augusta. What was it, like 15 months since he last played competitively? After getting into that car accident where they almost like amputated his leg.
I think I
Did
think I
really
heard
well.
on the broadcast someone said like 500 something plus days.
Yeah, just absolutely crazy to think about. Did really well the first 2 days, made the cut. The second day though, you could kind of tell it was kind of getting to him. The course was
Hmm.
physically, having to walk it. And, as a golf fan, you love to see him grit it out. And, I think it was more of finishing it for himself. He's obviously already achieved the Masters 5 times, but really getting in there, making the cut, and then competing the next 2 days was really an accomplishment among its own.
Hmm. So I got a couple questions for you. I know you like playing the question game with me, so we'll do a
Oh
little
snap!
a,
All
a
right,
little role reversal. First off, do you think Tiger wins another Masters?
no,
Okay. Um,
I would love to say yes, like every single time, but I think that's way past a possibility at this point. Too many
I
injuries.
mean, everyone
Uh,
said that before 2019.
I know, but it's just like not only is his back, now it's his whole entire body trying to recuperate from almost losing some limbs.
Hmm.
I just don't see it, and I hope he proves me wrong. I really do, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, Mark in the chat saying maybe in perfect conditions. I think he. I don't know about maybe. I don't know about a Masters. I think he has another major tournament win. Before his career is over. But also, Tyler, second question: before his career is over, does Tiger play around on the PGA Tour with his son Charlie?
Mm,
Because
that's a long ways away.
there's speculation. I don't know how these rankings come out, but it was like a Twitter like reply guy thing. Obviously, Tyler, we saw the father son tournament. They had John
Yep.
Daly and his kid Tiger was there, all that, and someone's on Twitter like, oh, he's not even that good. He's not even the top like U12 golfer in Florida, fucking North County. I'm like, how? where do you get these numbers from, and why do you know that? Like you're a grown man looking at fucking kids golf travel stats. Like, come on.
So he's 12 years old. Ah, man, I mean, he could earn his pro card in the next 6 years, I guess. Maybe we'll give him
It's
eight.
definitely
Just
like if there's any sport to do it in, Tyler, it's got to be golf. Because what is Tiger? He's got to be like 40 now. Even if we say 10
he's.
years.
I think Tiger. I think I looked it up. He was like late 40s though.
Oh, he's 46. All right.
Yeah. So 6 years, he'd be 52. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it. I'll give it. I mean, worst case scenario, he's 52, 54. I mean, you got guys out there that are older that are golfing still, especially at the Masters
Hmm.
against Bryson DeChambeau and beating him. But yeah, I'll go yes. That'd be an interesting little duo to be matched up with your son, and they would definitely do it for ratings 100%.
Good.
Anytime Tiger's out on the course, it's ratings galore. Everybody's tuned in. You get the people that don't watch golf all the time watching. You get crowds that are filling in on a Monday and Tuesday afternoon at Augusta for a practice round
Hmm.
like it's a Sunday at the Masters just to see Tiger. So, absolutely. I mean, for
I mean,
sure. To answer your
how
question.
electric would it be though? Obviously if they get paired up for the weekend and it's father son, like I feel like that would just be
Especially on
an
a Father's Day.
well, that never happens.
What
Well,
tournament?
for
What
the
tournament would that be?
the PGA Championship or no,
Would
US
be yeah,
Open. US Open, I think,
yeah,
right?
even better.
One of those is like always on Father's Day, right? I think it's actually the US Open.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean,
yeah,
then that's a possibility.
that'd be
Happy Father's
phenomenal.
Day
That'd
from
be
Charlie.
phenomenal. Like I just feel like they would, it'd be like so relaxing for them out there. They'd probably go out and break a course record. They're just out there bullshitting father and son, like, check this out, Dad. I'm gonna try this out, this and that. Like I don't know. That'd be
I would love
sick.
to see I would love to see a charity scramble or something right now of Tiger and Charlie versus John Daly and his son. That needs to happen.
Yeah, Daly's son is like he's really good, and he's probably got like what 5 6 years on Charlie. I think he's playing at what University of Arizona.
Yeah. But
So,
John Daly, I mean, he's at Hooters watching the Masters. Let's be real now. I
bro,
mean, there's some evenness to that.
I just love like you hear the stories. I probably heard the same story 100 times from John Daly. He's like, yeah, I'm hammered. I'm like 2 bottles of Crown in, and it's the night before the tournament, and they're like, "Oh, John, you gotta sing the national anthem." He's like, "Oh fuck, go up there, sing the national anthem, crush it." Go back, see Tiger. Like, you drinking with us, buddy? It's like midnight. He's like, "No, I'm waking up to go get ready, start training." John's like, "Oh shit, like this dude's nonstop." And I guess John had said that the next day he goes out and beats Tiger, and it's just funny to see like Daly's out there crushing bottles the night before Tiger's doing workouts, and but yeah, he can still go out there and beat him in a round.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could have seen John Daly's full potential. I think the guy would have absolutely been like probably won a few Masters himself, but
Hmm.
just he's definitely like an outlaw of golf. Like this guy's just out here for the stories and the what do you call those? Like the campfire stories, I guess you could say of
Yeah,
all the things that he's done. I mean, the guy is just he's a crazy dude. I would love to golf around with him myself. I would pay a lot of money just to do that.
yeah. I don't care where it is. It could be Airway Meadows. If I'm playing with John Daly, it's gonna be a fucking blast.
And you have to abide by John Daly's rules. So if he whatever he tells you to do, you have to do. It's the full John Daly experience.
Gotta smoke a pack of cigarettes through the round of 18. Pack of cigs
you
and
got
a 18 rack.
you gotta finish the hole before you finish the dart. Otherwise, you have to chug a whole bottle of tequila.
Jesus. I wouldn't be able to fucking walk up to the tee box after that. Then again, it's no surprise why, Daly can't even walk a course anymore. Like,
Fuck surviving an octagon. Can you survive a whole 18 with John Daly?
what would you more likely be able to do? Go drink and smoke for smoke with John Daly through 18 or last one fucking round with a UFC fighter? I honestly don't know. That's how crazy that is.
I honestly think I have a better shot of the UFC.
Yeah.
Like
Unless it's like
maybe I'm not sure.
unless it's like Adesanya or something like, dude's
Fucking
just
Khabib
crazy. Yeah.
or
But
or Hasbulla.
Hasbull, I'd fucking tie his shoestrings together and fucking got your nose. Got your nose. He'd be down for the count.
Oh shit.
But
Well,
no.
Austin, there. Are we good on the Masters?
Yes,
I
yes.
feel like we touched on everything.
As I
Shout out
ask,
Scotty
up to
Scheffler.
you. Up to you because I guess I skipped
Team
everything.
TaylorMade. You skipped Tiger Woods. You skipped the
You
main
skipped it
guy.
because I fucking gave you the alley oop and you fucking whiffed.
All right. All right. We're like the New York Knicks out here right now, just missing on all occasions. Well, speaking of the New York Knicks and missing the playoffs, playoffs are right around the corner for the NBA. Austin, are you ready for the playoffs? Because they start tomorrow.
I mean, I'm ready. Are you ready? Brooklyn, Tyler's
I'm
like, oh,
ready.
we don't got to worry about the playing game. What happened? They're sitting there at 7. They got Cleveland, who was like at what? The 4 seed in the East all year long. What's the poop meter at, honey?
0. The Nets are the 7th seed. The Cavs are the 8th seed. I'm not concerned whatsoever. In Brooklyn, I think. I hope. Is it in Brooklyn?
If they're the higher seed, I would assume so.
I don't know. They're predicting us to win by 72. So yeah, it's in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
72%, I should say, not by 72 points. I will say Cleveland, great team. They're a really fun team to watch, and it's really nice to see, a Cavs team post LeBron era that's actually, doing something. They have great young talent. They have former net great Jared Allen at center, who's
Hmm.
absolutely balling this season. I
Looking
just
for
think the Nets are
revenge.
maybe, and honestly, this isn't a bad game to lose if we do. Just saying, because we're still in it if we lose, but I don't think we will. I think this is a game that the Nets are gonna roll on through like they have been the past few games. They've been on a little bit of a win streak, and I think it's gonna continue. Kyrie Irving playing out of his mind, KD back and healthy. It's just nice to have the whole squad back and able to play with one another without having
Hmm.
so many injuries. So I'm excited to get this thing going. I almost bought a Nets jersey today. I won't lie to you, but I had to buy plane tickets to New York instead. So.
Hmm.
Um, I'm
Priorities.
taking that. I'm taking that Nets minus 8.5 though. I will tell you that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. See, I honestly, if I was a Nets fan, would be concerned losing this game. Kind of seems like a trap game. However, I think if they do end up losing, they will manhandle the winner of Atlanta and Charlotte. But Tyler, obviously, if they lose and then win against the winner of the other playing game, they got to go against Miami. I mean, is Miami legit this year? Like obviously Butler, Heroes had himself a year out of bio. Like they're playing good basketball down there, but at the same time, we've seen the arguments on the sideline. Spolster's getting into it with the players. Are you convinced that Miami is a legitimate number 1 seed in the East?
I mean, I can see it, and the fact that they are is impressive to me. They have great young guys. Jimmy Butler has really turned a page in his career since going there. I I think they're a legitimate number 1 seed? Absolutely not. The only 1 seeds I see out of the East are the Nets and the Bucks and possibly the Sixers on any given year, I guess you could say. And honestly, those are my 3 teams that are going to win the East. Those are the only 3 teams that I could see. Obviously, I hope it's the Nets, but I'm not concerned about Miami. I'm definitely not concerned about the Celtics. The only other teams I'm concerned about in the East are the Bucks and the Sixers.
Yeah, no, I mean, rightfully so. Um, yeah, let's hop over to the Western Conference. The two playing games, the lower seeds, 9 versus 10. We got the Pelicans versus the Spurs, and then 7 versus 8 Timberwolves versus the Clippers, Tyler, in an intriguing matchup. I kind of want to start with that one. Karl Anthony Towns, he's been playing out of his mind. D'Angelo Russell, like they've been playing solid basketball. Like look at them, 46 and 36, and they're at the 7 seed. However, Paul George comes back, Tyler, and he's been lighting up. He's been lighting it up on the court. I'm torn. I gotta hear your opinion on this one because I could see this matchup going either way.
Well, I love this Minnesota team. I do. They're really intriguing. They have great talent. Obviously you said Carl Anthony Towns, who he's a amazing big man, can spread the floor. D'Angelo Russell's been playing really well. They just got a lot of grit, to them. They went on a little bit of a hot streak in the middle of the season that kind of pushed them up into the echelon of the playoffs. Like you said, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George coming back for this Clippers team. I'm not really like too keen on the Clippers ever since they got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I don't think they're as good as people say they are. I am
Hmm.
actually rooting for the T Wolves on this one, and I will say, if the T Wolves lose, they will lose the playoffs. Like they won't. I don't think they will honestly. They'll make it, but they're gonna lose in a sweep to the Suns.
For who's this? You said
The T Wolves.
if they end up playing
If
the
they lose against the Clippers and
yeah.
they end up, beating, Pelicans or the
Hmm.
Spurs, they'll definitely get swept by the Suns. I mean, I really don't see the Pelicans or the Spurs sneaking in. I don't think that's a likelihood. I think it's going to
Hmm.
be Minnesota and the Clippers. Doesn't matter who wins or loses this game,
Hmm.
is going to go to the playoffs. They really, honestly, Austin. I mean, this year is a key testament of the playoffs, of how it should be. We need to get rid of this playing game. And I know we said this on past podcasts, but it needs to get the hell out of here. You've done your part. You've been here too long. It's time to hit the road, Jack, and never come back. I mean,
Yeah.
we got the top eight in both of these divisions are the best of the best. I mean, the only person I could see making a case for themselves is the Atlanta Hawks, but you didn't win enough games, so therefore
Right.
you're not the eighth.
Yeah, obviously it goes back, NBA is a business first and foremost. They're trying to get the ratings, the numbers, the money. But yeah, Tyler, talking about that other matchup. I mean, what the hell is going on with Zion Williamson? I mean, we haven't seen this guy play in like a year. He's going through injury after injury. He's posting all these workout videos. Everyone's getting hyped, but he just hasn't seen the court yet. I mean, is it too soon to call him a bust? Is it too premature, or what do we think about Zion?
Yeah, I mean, uh, I'm reading right here. Zion progresses to full court. Workout, no timetable on return. I mean, I think this is all mind over matter at the end of the day, Austin. I think if you really wanted to play, you would be out there and play. And this is a testament to the Pelicans, really striving to make the playoffs and, do it without him. They have good players. I mean, Brandon Ingram's been playing out of his mind lately. Um, I really couldn't name a single other player on their team. I know they have Larry Nance,
Well,
but
they
other
got
than
C.J.
that,
McCollum.
that's right. They did get CJ McCollum.
Hmm.
That was a big move. I mean, obviously brings them to the playoffs. Uh, speaking of CJ McCollum, where is Portland? Oh wow, Portland's not even in the
They're
playoffs.
no, they're terrible this year.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean,
Dame time ran
good for
up.
CJ McCollum. Fuck, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome for him. But I Zion a bust. I need to see him play at least one more full year to make that prediction. I haven't seen any footage of him on the court, therefore I can't really say if he's a bust or not. I think you got to give him at least a chance.
we gotta see if he does end up playing a full year. There's no guarantees there. Other than that, Tyler, Phoenix, number 1 seed. Stellar matchup. Golden State Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets.
Oof.
Obviously, Memphis 2 seed waiting on their opponent. Dallas versus Jazz. that should be interesting. I'm thinking with a healthy Luka and Porzingis this year, the Mavs should be able to handle the Jazz. Um,
Porzingis plays for the Wizards.
that's right. Um, with a healthy Luka and Boban. Who the fucking Mavs even have? Are they trash now? It's just Luka.
I mean,
They got
they got
Tim
some.
Hardaway Jr. That doesn't mean anything, but
I mean,
Luka,
you ready for this?
Dinwiddie,
You
Boban.
ready for this,
Yeah.
Austin? Team leaders: Luka Doncic in points, rebounds, assists, and steals.
All right, I take that back. The Mavs are fucked. They got Luka, Dinwiddie, Boban, Dwight Powell, Reggie Bullock, Tim Hardaway.
Oh, Dinwiddie's nasty. I love Spencer
Yeah,
Dinwiddie.
but is Boban their starting center?
No, I
No,
think Powell it might be.
they just play him at the five.
So listen to this. I
Frank
mean,
Ntilikina.
this is how
Sheesh.
bad this team is. Um, Porzingis is their second leading scorer this season with
Ugh.
19.2 points per game.
Ugh.
You know who their third is? Jalen Brunson.
Cheat.
Wow.
He's actually not bad, but
I
I
do like Dinwiddie. I do like Hardaway. I do like Hardaway Jr. I'm not gonna lie. This team, I mean, it's all Luca. I mean, that's kind of how Luca probably likes it, if I had to say. I'm actually, I'll make my prediction on this one. Utah Jazz, this is the only series that they'll win. They're not good. They're
mm,
not playing that great this season. I don't think that they're, the Utah Jazz team that we're used to. I do think that they will beat this Mavs team. Probably, I'm gonna say in 5 games, Austin. I'm gonna be
mm.
bold.
Okay.
5 games, they're gonna beat the Mavs, and then Golden State is gonna sneak by the Denver Nuggets in a 7 game spread.
Mm.
Then it's going to be Memphis versus Minnesota, Harcola, Minnesota. And then Phoenix versus the Clippers, like I said. Um, it could be vice versa. I could see Minnesota versus the Suns, but I'm hoping for the T Wolves fans out there, it's Memphis versus Minnesota and Phoenix versus the Clippers.
I forgot you went to one game in Minnesota. Now this guy's a full blown Minnesota Timberwolves fan.
Do you want me to get the scarf out?
I think I just saw your next tattoo, guy.
A Timberwolf?
You gotta start
Actually,
get.
that'd be pretty lit, bro.
You should just get a bunch of different like animals, but like that are teams, or not even that. Just like signs. Like you got the Saint, you got the Ram, but you just do a bunch of different shit.
I'm thinking of my next one's gonna actually be a black mamba snake,
Hmm. Is it
just
gonna
going
be?
up my leg.
Is it gonna be going like wrapped around the ram horns?
That would be pretty cool, but I don't think it would work just
Hmm.
because of the layout of this tattoo.
Gotcha. Eh.
Ashley had an idea that I was gonna get a Raiders tattoo, but instead of the Raiders face, it would be Raider the dog.
Isn't that a thing though? Isn't there like doesn't like a dog have some association with the Raiders? Or
I don't think
am I
so.
thinking of the
I think you're
Browns?
thinking of the Browns. Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
there
it's
maybe
definitely
there
the
I
Browns
thought
because
there was like
they're
a
called the Dog
guy.
Pound.
Yeah, I thought there was a anyways, it, as much as I'd like to, we're not talking about football right now. But are we
Austin,
yeah.
uh, I need your picks. Who do you got? Western Conference, between Golden State and Denver and Dallas and Utah, because that's who we know so far.
Right. I think Golden State has played great basketball all year long. Obviously, Steph's unbelievable. It's great to see Andrew Wiggins playing good minutes, Tyler, and putting up some numbers. Jordan Poole, one of my favorite players in the league right now. He's just dynamic, very fun to watch. Clay's back. I think Golden State. I feel like I ask this every year, Tyler. Is the first round 5 or 7 game series?
7.
Okay. I feel
7.
didn't they used to do 5 at some point, or am I high?
I think you're high,
All right,
because,
I gotta put the fucking
well,
stizzy down because I thought
maybe maybe not too long ago. I honestly think it was like when we were super young, like first grade ish.
NBA 5 game series.
Playoffs. You gotta put playoffs.
Oh, isn't that insinuated?
Could be. It could not be. Also.
Wikipedia knows everything, right? 5 game
Yeah.
series. Both conferences. History, history, history. I need history.
I would say early 2000s is when they got rid of it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm all the way back in the 70s, bub.
Was it the
um,
70s?
eight. No, I'm just going down the list. So let's see. Let's see. What was the last year? 84. First round was best of five. Oh three it was seven. Oh five it was seven. Oh seven it was seven. 16. Yeah. So I guess I'm thinking of the games in the 1984 playoffs where they went best of five. I have no idea where I got that from. Anyways, I think the Warriors win this very handily. Nuggets are a good team. I think they're maybe another year away from getting their star players. Um, Jokic is a stud. Obviously, he's a perennial MVP candidate. I think they're another year away from getting Murray and Michael Porter Jr., where they should be in their respective careers. I think Golden State wins pretty easily 4-1. And then, yeah, on the other side, after seeing that fucking Dallas Mavericks roster, unless Mark Cuban can talk to his buddy Elon Musk and put some Tesla jetpacks on their backs, I think the Jazz are going to win this one probably. I'll give it a 7 game series. I'll say 4-3. I think Luca
For real?
can
Oh, okay.
fourth. Yeah, I think Luca can make it interesting, but he's not going to be able to win 4 games by himself.
And then lastly, in the Eastern Conference, we got Milwaukee versus Chicago and the Sixers versus Toronto. Who you got?
Uh,
We'll start.
yeah.
We'll start with Milwaukee and Chicago.
Yeah, unfortunate for Chicago. They started off very hot. DeMar DeRozan was playing maybe his best year of basketball. Levine looked great. Lonzo looked great. The bald eagle, Caruso was out there making plays, doing commercials now. Look at this guy. His portfolio is completely diverse. However, the luck of the draw, they get the 6th seed against the reigning champion Milwaukee Bucks. It's gonna be all Bucks for me in this one, Tyler. I'll give the Bulls a little credit. I think they're a good team at home. Obviously DeRozan, he's got the playoff experience from his time in Toronto and San Antonio. I think it's 4-2 Milwaukee. On the other one, Tyler, I think the 76ers sweep them. I really do. I,
Yeah.
I like what I see out of Harden and Embiid in this format. Their cohesion, I guess, the way they're playing together, and obviously they still got their guys. They still got Tobias. Um, they're definitely, you can see they're missing Curry and his 3-point shooting, but it's just going to be too much. Siakam and Van Vliet cannot do it all on their own.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with you on that. Sixers, I mean, Embiid going for the scoring title, possibly the MVP this season. Absolutely incredible player to watch. I give it all to that guy. He's an impeccable player. I agreed. I think they're gonna sweep the Raptors. I don't see the Raptors squeaking by and getting one, and I don't think it's Harden's probably not even gonna be a factor in it. He's not really playing well now with the Sixers, so it's gonna be all Embiid. And then Milwaukee versus Chicago. Chicago lost Lonzo Ball for the rest of the season. I think that's going to be a
Oof.
hindrance on the Bulls. So I'm going to have to say it's probably going to be 4-1 Milwaukee in this series,
Hmm.
which stinks because the Bulls were the number one seed at one point in the Eastern Conference. So
Yeah, I wish they got a different team where they could have had a chance, but I don't see it in this one.
yeah. Do you want to play a game of Podal?
Yeah, yeah, we gotta bring that back.
Yeah. In
It's
luau of the playoffs starting.
how do you spell it again? Oh
P
yeah, wait, I got
O
it. I got it.
E L
I got
T
it.
L. Share your screen with me, dog.
Sharing screen, Billie Jean. All right,
All right, let's have some
I'm gonna
fun.
share it with the viewers at home. We got Tyler on the big screen. That's not what we want. That's probably what he wants, but it's not what I want.
Always what I want.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
on the big screen. Yeah.
every time I restart my OBS, it just like changes my sources. All right, here we go. Podal, guess one of eight. Tyler, do you want to guess? I think I guessed first last time.
Let's go. Let's go, Alex Caruso.
Okay, I like it. Ding. No. All right, so we got
All right, Eastern
Eastern
Conference. We're in the right
Conference
conference.
Ce- Division
So
Central
it's
guard.
it's not Central, so it's
Wait, oh,
either
it's
the
none of these.
Atlantic.
Oh, okay.
So he's a little bit taller, he's a little bit older, he wears a higher number
Hmm.
in the Eastern Conference. Let's try Nick Claxton. No, 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 actually not Nick Claxton. Cuz he's not older. Fuck. Let's try Blake Griffin.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
What number does
30.
Blake Griffin? No, 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 don't do Blake. He does two. He wears number 2.
Oh, he's two
Fuck.
now? I thought he was 32.
Yeah. No, he's number 2. See,
Um,
you gotta think of it from all angles.
Wait, I don't even know what are the divisions. I don't know the
What
divisions.
about let's just do Kevin Durant, you know?
No, it's got to be. We got to. Okay, here's what I'm
Just
thinking.
let's just try.
It's
Let's
got
just
to
try.
be a higher number because if we pick 7, then the number does nothing for us because it's probably still going to be higher.
Oh yeah. What about well, the thing is he's 28. That's what's throwing me through a loop cuz you could go a plethora of different directions, but
DeMar
they're not
DeRozan.
going to be. Yeah, but he plays for Chicago.
Oh yeah. Um, fuck. What teams are in the division that they're talking about?
So it's either the Atlantic Division, which is the Nets, the Knicks, the
I
Celtics.
thought that was Metropolitan.
No, that's the Atlantic.
Ah,
And then
tits.
there's the Southern one, which is Miami, Orlando, Atlanta. What about Clint Capella? Let's go Clint Capella.
All right, sure. I'm with it. Think. Okay, in that
Okay, so we're in
division.
the right region.
Wait, you
Oh, Clint
doodoo-headed
Capella's.
dummy. He was younger than Alex Caruso.
I thought
Oh
he
my
was the same. I
God.
thought he was younger or older. Well, at least we know higher number than 15.
Jimmy
Uh,
Butler.
no, Jimmy Butler is not. He's not taller than that. And
No,
also,
he's
Jimmy Butler was.
shorter. He's shorter than 6'10". He's
Do
taller than
it.
six
Do it.
five.
Do it. Do it.
Ooh.
All right, so he's on the Heat. Higher than 22.
He's old.
What about Bam Adebayo?
No, he's older than 32.
Oh yeah, Bam. Oh, Udonis Haslam.
Is it Dragic?
Dragic?
Is Haslam
No.
even still on the team? I thought he was just like a
Yeah,
assistant at this point.
it has to be Udonis.
Ding ding
Let's
ding ding ding.
go.
Nice. He was in my mind for when you said Clint Capella, but then I was like I thought that dude like wasn't even a player anymore.
He's a bench player. He's just a guy that sits on the bench and he's like a assistant coach for what's his face?
Spolstra?
Yes.
Yes. Good job. Again, we kind of fucked ourselves by getting in 2 guesses on the very first attempt, but hey, you never know. We could get lucky and get it in one. As long as we
I've
don't
seen it
go
happen.
what's the max? You said 8?
I think 8. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we don't lose, like that would be quite embarrassing. So we're looking good right now. But
I'm surprised
yeah.
our basketball roster knowledge is my thing.
Well, I mean, clearly I don't know the divisions, and you don't know how old Clint Capella is. But other than
Oh my
that,
God. Give me a break.
We're pretty good. That's all I got.
Do you know where Udonis Haslam went to college?
Uh, yeah, he went to fucking Oxford back in the 1800s. he he was out there on horse and buggy to his 6 a.m. every day.
This guy,
Nah.
can you get this guy off the screen? I feel like I'm looking him dead in the eyes, and he's just disappointed in me.
Yeah. He's got one of those intimidating glances. Where'd he go to college?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. I was that
Oh,
was that was one of my guesses. Hold on. Where did Udonis Haslam go to college? Florida.
I see that.
Go
I see
get
that.
go Gators.
Speaking of Florida, your boy Kodak, he's off house arrest. He can go back on tour.
Oh shit. My name Kodak back, but when you see me, I'm white.
I set him up perfectly for that one.
My name
Should have known it
Kodak
was
back when
coming.
I fuck your white wife.
All right, you got anything else?
Earn a lot of money and I smoke a lot of spice.
That's gonna
I
be
bring
it
the biggest gun
on
to the next fight.
this episode of the No Look Podcast, the top podcast of podcasts that are on podcast stations for podcasts. For myself, ACWeezy, the man goddamn, I'll be right back with Monday Night Gaming. Thank you all, and don't go too far.
Love you.